Paul, Mike made a comment that like 4G was okay, but 5G that's what's needed to really bring this home. Why is that?
It comes down to a couple things. One is capacity, and the other is latency. So that capacity is, how many cars can you have on the highway beside each other 100%. At the same time? And then latency is how fast are you going, right? So you can have this really wide highway, but you're all going 5 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Toronto.
5G, right? Yeah, exactly.
It's
every
the
day.
DVP.
What you want is a highway that's really wide, so you can move a lot of cars or data, and you want low latency. You want all the cars to be able to go, that 100 kilometers an hour, or you might want to prioritize some of those cars on that highway. That's really what 5G brings you 100%. In this particular use case. We can 100%. Say, hey, this is now mine rescue. This is going to take priority, so it has a special lane.
Yeah.
It will always go the speed that it needs to go,
yeah.
And we can have as many lanes of data coming down at the same time. That's the difference between 4 and 5G. 4G networks are great, and they're very robust, but they have a few missing things around capacity and this latency that we can really control, which is why we did Norcat in the first place, to prove out that there are some industrial applications for it.
Absolutely, and I think that for us as innovators, having the 5G capacity busts open a whole new set of innovative applications that we can apply. Right,
it kind of gets rid of a wall that.
Right. So
one thing's always true in networks is, always need more bandwidth. Right. Like in my entire career. If you build bandwidth, people like Mike will come and saturate
we'll eat it up. We'll eat it up.
And so, it's just a never-ending story. And so 5G is just that next evolution where we're enabling a use case that 5 years ago couldn't have been done.
100%. I think that, like if you ever have a dream of flying a drone from surface underground to do work, you ain't doing it without 5G. Because the latency, even if the latency is small, it means a pilot is operating a second behind the physical location, which means, you can hit something pretty easy.
Now you're in the wall.
Exactly. And it's like, I'd have turned if I'd have known the wall was there a minute ago or a second ago. So I think, it really does open a door. It's a stepping stone to a whole new set of innovation and a whole new way to collect critical data. And it really all comes down to the data you're moving around and how it's immediately can be applied to the situation, whether it's an emergency or regular operation. So, we're pretty excited about this from the perspective of it. And if people are still having trouble visualizing, we also have the full 38-minute video on YouTube.
Oh, you do?
That,
okay.
we can share with folks. Sure.
Yeah.
And if they got 38 minutes, so they want to, see the excitement.
It's like a little TV episode unto itself.
It is, yeah.
Because like you're on your seat of your seat there just going, are they going to find the next miner?
Yes. And I think that, in there's a little surprise for everybody with respect to the evacuation phase of the simulation that we did in that. We had the miners, we had the responders who did not know what kind of they were walking into. We had them evacuate a 5'6", 275-pound miner who was I can't move, I need to be rescued. They evacuated that person in 5 minutes and 25 seconds with our new power wheel. That was part of which we hope to 5G integrate in the future, so that when that rescue basket is being moved on a power wheel, the surface knows exactly where that rescue basket is in the mine, how close they are to the medical services, etc. Traditional carry out in the same situation would have taken 45 minutes.